Hi, this is Stolt. Welcome. Today we're taking a look at the Arcane Aerialists. There's a free deck from Magic the Gathering that they give us with Foundations. And I was playing, trying to make decks the other day, or maybe even today, and I ran into this deck and it almost beat me. And I was thinking, if this deck had a little bit of upgrades, or if the opponent was playing an upgraded version of this deck, it'd be pretty sweet. So we're going to give it an upgrade, keeping the same amount of rares and mythics and commons, uncommons. Well, I don't know about commons, uncommons, but definitely not doing any extra rares or mythics crafts. So this deck is centered around Lyra the Dawnbringer is your mythic rare wild card, or a rare card, mythic card. So it's about angels and flying creatures. And we got one Giada, Font of Hope, where it gives +1/+1 counters to your angels. And then, we have a few angels. We're not super heavy on angels. We're more into the flying part. Because there's the Empyrean Eagle, which gives +1/+1 to all flyers. So we're kind of light angels with a bunch of flyers. So we have the Overseer that we're going to be keeping. These are cards that we're not going to be changing. Healer's Hawk, we're going to keep that one. It's good lifelink body, nice little 1-drop. And the Spectral Sailor lets us draw cards, possibly. But most likely just like a 1-drop that we can get to play. And Fog Bank is to prevent combat damage and just give us a blocker. And then it also gets a pump. Prevent all combat damage that will be dealt to and dealt by this creature. So I guess the pump doesn't matter. It's not killing anything. But either way, it could, just a good blocker. So let's just jump into it. The full deck list is in the description. And it's on Moxfield so that you don't have to completely follow along with all the changes. I'm just going to lay out the changes that we're going to make and explain to you why we're making those changes. And hopefully they make sense so that when you go to play this deck, you have some idea what's going on. So for all the free decks, Magic included these gates because that came with Foundations. But there's better lands that came with Duskmourn where, these always come in tapped. But the 13 or less life lands will come in untapped later in the game. If the opponent has less than 13 or less life, or you have less life, then you get an untapped land. So it's just way better. And just, it's kind of the first thing that I replace is to get rid of that land. That being said, maybe these life gain lands we don't need. Maybe we don't need the tap lands, but we'll take a look at that later on. But let's get into it. So Chart of Course, it's, draws you 2 cards, but there's a better card that came out. It's the Cryogen Relic that draws you a card, and then when it leaves the battlefield, you draw a second card, but you can also put a stun counter on an opponent's tapped creature. So if the opponent attacks you, you could stun it for 1 turn, so it's just kind of a little bit better than this. And you don't have to worry about attacking or anything, and discarding. So just an easy replacement, I think. Probably the easiest card to replace, I think, out of these choices ahead. Goldvein Pick, it's an equipment that makes treasures, so you have to have a creature on it to do it. It's a one-time use of the treasure, and sure, you can make multiple treasures, by attacking. But there's another new card, the Starfield Shepherd, which is also an angel, by the way, so it kind of helps out our angel game. But when we warp it for 2 mana, so it's the same as a Goldvein Pick, we could search our library for a basic plains or a mana value 1 creature, so those sailors and hawks we could fetch up with this guy, or we could just get a land if we need it. So just kind of a little bit better. It gives us better synergy. Another flyer. Sure, for 5 mana it's a little bit pricey to get like a second land or another 1/1 flyer, but it is an angel. It also works like if you have Giada out, you cast this and then another angel could possibly work, type of thing. The Stasis Snare, it's 2 white pips and a colorless for a flash enchantment that only exiles a creature opponent controls. There's a better card, Banishing Light, which exiles a non-land permanent. Sure, it doesn't have flash, but I feel like the flash is a mechanic that's not really great for new players. So if you're a new player, you might not understand flash and how to use it correctly, and it might cause you to lose games because you played it incorrectly or whatever. It's an extra casting cost of 1 extra colored pip. And it also doesn't target permanent, so you can't get planeswalkers, you can't get enchantments, artifacts with the Stasis Snare. So we're just going to switch it out for Banishing Light. We don't need flash. We don't need to be a flashy deck. We can just play it straightforward, play your cards on your turn. Don't really worry about what they, playing stuff on your opponent's own turn most of the time, and, make it nice and simple to play. The turtle. Why is the turtle in there? I don't know. Just a 0/5 blocker, I suppose. There's another card. We got a lot of sweet cards that came with Edge of Eternities. But the Station Monitor is a 2/2, and whenever you cast your second spell, it makes a 1/1 flying drone token that can block creatures with flying. So it's just a way for us to go wide, give us more flyers to help out with the Eagles. The Eagle can help out to pump those up to be 2/2s, and, just go wide with a really, flying lethal threat in the air. While the Flame Boom Trick is also another spell that's kind of similar to Flash, where you can, you want to cast it on your opponent's turn. Takes a little bit of skill to use, when to use it, and then you're only getting 2 flat 1/1 fairies. So you tap down an opponent's creature, maybe a blocker, and then you make some fairies, and then you attack in later. That playline is, more of an advanced technique. I feel like, knowing when to do it, should you tap it down, should you just get creatures out, type of thing. But the Wingblade Disciple is just a better card, so maybe it costs 4 mana because you're casting the Wingblade Disciple and then you're casting a 1 mana spell, so that way you create the bird immediately, but you'll get 2 creatures and it'll be a 2/2 and a 1/1, and then any other turns where you cast 2 spells in 1 turn, which you want to be doing with the monitor as well, you're going to be making more guys, so it just gives you better and long game results, because you most likely you'll get 2 or 3 birds from this creature, hopefully, and then it's also a 2/2 flyer, so it does, it is 3 power that comes on the board if you, do that playline. The Vanguard Seraphim surveils whenever you gain a life. We're not really gaining life that much, and you're going to see when we get rid of this Dazzling Angel that we'll have even less life gain in the deck. So that's not something that's going to happen. It's 4 mana for a 3/3 flyer. It's not really that great. I'd rather spend 3 mana for a 2/2 that draws me cards, and the equipment can be put onto a flying creature that we have to draw cards with. So while equipment 4 is pretty expensive, it does allow us to, draw cards instead of surveilling, which is better, and it's cheaper, lowers our mana curve, gives us a way to use our mana that we have later in the game when we don't have anything to do with it. Sarah Angel, I wish it was good. It used to be good back in the day. That was like the premium card. 4/4 Flying Vigilance. We're just going to replace it with this Lotusguard Disciple. It gives the creature lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. It's a flyer. It's just 2/2, so it's a little bit understated, but I think the life gain, if you can get it onto a big enough creature, 2 or 3 life here can, just help you survive the game. While the Cloud Blazer, I wish it was a great card. And I think we even take it out. I do remember, yes, there's one card that we want to take out for this. Yes. I forgot. But, it's 5 mana for a 2/2 type of creature. So it's very understated. It's not even an angel. So we're going to go in with a Ride's End for some removal, because we need a little bit more. Maybe you could even put a Banishing Light, but I just feel like getting some instant speed removal on a tapped creature that's attacking you is pretty good. And having the flexibility where you don't just target attacking creature, you can target, you can pay 5 mana and target an untapped permanent, creature or vehicle an opponent controls. And then the other card is Arcanis the Omnipotent. It's a 3/4 for 6 mana, and you tap it for draw 3 cards. Now this came in the Graveyard Gifts deck. So you have this card, it's a rare, but you actually have it in your collection if you got the Graveyard Gifts deck. So I think, sort of trying to draw cards, not necessarily draw cards, but we want to cast multiple spells in one turn. And the best way to do that is by drawing cards. So this gives us a little bit of a top end, to catch up. And sorry, Cloud Blazer, while you're cool, not cool enough type of thing. Dazzling Angel, like I said, we're just kind of getting rid of the life gain part, or the incidental life gain. And while this would be pretty good, and it's probably pretty good with Giada, since we only have 1 copy of Giada in the deck. If we had more Giadas in the deck, I would say you would, maybe go more Angels. But we are going to go with 1 more Youthful Valkyrie and just, round out the Empyrean Eagle and lose these 2 Angels is, I think, just a really good option, right? Because the Valkyrie can get bigger and bigger and bigger every single angel that you cast. Now, we don't necessarily have a lot of angels, but we do have those 3 Valkyries and these angels as well as the Starfield Shepherd. So what you can do as a play line, it's a double spell opportunity, is you cast the Valkyrie and then you cast, for the warp cost, is the Shepherd. And if you have your Wingblade Disciple and the station monitors out, so this is turn 2, turn 3, and then on turn 4, you'll get a 2/2, 2/4 Valkyrie, and find yourself a land and get 2 birds or a bird and a drone. Pretty nice little play line there. Unfortunately, Curated Destinies is a complicated card, right? It's a 5/5 for 6 mana, and for new players, you have to make a pile, and it could cost you the game type of situation. So I think just simplifying the deck and replacing that with something like Mouth of the Storm, where it's 7 mana, so it's a little bit more expensive, but it is a 6/6 flyer with Ward 2, so it can survive. And what it does is it gives the opponent's creatures -3/-0 until your next turn, so you could attack in, and then they can't really attack you back, and then now you have a 6/6 flyer attacking. I just think it's a little bit better for new players, and the choose 2 piles thing is, if you get it wrong, it could cost you the game, and I think just removing some of those variables makes it better for newer players. And that being said as well, like I was saying, the flash mechanic is a little bit confusing for new players. Casting stuff at instant speed, so you can cast this creature on the opponent's turn or at any time, which is pretty good. It's a good surpriser. So if you are comfortable with that mechanic, I would say leave the High Fate Trickster in for your deck. But if you're a newer player and you just want to cast creatures on your turn, and you like that playline, we could take that out for something like Clinquant Skymage. It's a 4 mana spell as well, and it's only a 1/1 versus a 4/2, so it might seem like a little bit crazy, but every time you draw a spell or draw a card, this will get a +1/+1 counter on it. So when you attack in with the Thief's Knife and you draw that extra card because you do damage to the opponent, you'll get a +1 counter. When you cast a Cryogen Relic and then sacrifice the Relic, that's 2 +1 counters. When you cast an Overseer, you'll get another +1 counter. When you spend 4 mana with the Spectral Sailor, draw a card, then you'll get another counter. So it just has opportunity for this at late game way to win the game. And sure, it's going to take a little bit of time to pump it up, but if you cast it on turn 4, on turn 5, now it's a 2/2, on turn 6, it's a 3/3, and if the opponent can't deal with it, I think it's just really problematic, and I kind of like that play line. All the rest of the stuff we're leaving the same. So yeah, that's the deck. Let's get in some games, see how we do. We go first. Excellent. Get this tap land out of the way. Since we don't have any 1 mana spells to cast, then we can Youthful Valkyrie into the Thieves' Knife. Hello. Nice. Uh-oh. Degenerate. Probably artifact equipment deck that we're going to be playing against. Could be difficult. This could be good. This gives ward to a creature, so it's going to cost us 3 to Ride's End it. We're at 3 mana away from the Omnipotent because we have our that. So we will just do nothing. We need to save that mana to kill Cloud. Basically is what we need to do. If they have, some way to put more ward on it, then okay. Oh, cool. Oh, we can Sailor into Relic. I think we get the Thieves' Knife out. I'm gonna be greedy, try to get card draw on the way, and we could Sailor into Relic next turn. The Relic we don't really need out. Of course, they have a second one. Well, I think we're going to need as many people out as possible. So we probably could have used 1 map token. So we're going to draw a card. Hopefully draw land. Giada's nice. That's not an angel. We need to have enough power out to kill him? Or at least block him. Because the Buster Sword costs 2 to equip. And a Jitte, I think. They could have a removal spell as well. Okay. Do we keep the Healer Hawk back? This is going to be a 3 toughness creature. They could have a removal spell. They could give it... Ooh, that's a great draw. That was a great draw. Definitely off the top, baby. Alright, now we push the pressure. We'll keep drawing cards with the Thief's Knife. That's it right there. If they don't have another creature. Ooh, baby. Not enough creatures in your artifacts deck. Oh, you gotta land. I'm sweating it. Game doesn't look over yet. Really want to cast 2 spells. I'm just gonna get this out. They could have a sweeper too? I don't even know. That lands though. Lands, am I right? We're 18 cards deep and we got 3 lands. We're way short. We should be at 6 lands by now. Like, Lyra should be killing them. We played it well. Banishing Light was a good move. They can kill the Eagle. That's a good move. They sacrificed the boots, so they got rid of their hasty threat. They're at 4. We still win with the map tokens. Oh, I got a land. I'm gonna play it out because I have to play it out. They could have removal spell. Now we could go for the map token to finish them, but I think I'm gonna go with the Sailor. I think the Thief Knife is the equipment that they didn't have. So they could have did that before we got a bird, which means they could have a sweeper? Oh, Omnipotent? I don't think so. I think we don't need this planes right now. We got a grip full of cards in our hand. The game is not over yet. Now the game is over. So, the choices we made to discard. Like, we could have got rid of the Omnipotent and say we're not going to cast it, but if they sweep the board, we're going to need this for a recovery, because they could pop out a guy, attack with the Buster. Once they got rid of the boots, but they could pop out a guy, attack with a Buster Sword, and place a card from their hand into the battlefield equal to its power. So, you know, we had some good decisions. Our hand is loaded. I don't know, we could search up another card. Maybe we did it a little bit wrong, but I think diversifying the threats, making it nice and wide, difficult for them to remove. Good showing. I mean, that's a holy cow moment if I've ever seen it. 3 eagles. We have as many eagles as we have lands. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the deck list, but yeah. Yeah, I think we have more lands than eagles in our deck, but you know, not sure. This is why I can't make decks on the ladder, because this deck exists. 3 lands. We had the mulligan. Just remember we took a mulligan that game, and so we were down a card as well. And 10 cards drawn. Look at how many lands they have. They got 6 lands. They got lucky, and we did not. Maybe we should have took the Shupa Poof. I don't know. I think I like going with the tap land here. This gives us more flexibility. So we could like Fog Bank or Station Monitor next turn, or do nothing again. I think I'm gonna do nothing again, because then we get Station Monitor into Healer's Hawk. I don't know if it's gonna matter. I think they're just gonna sweep the board, but on a white tokens, or just sweep the board in general. Not even a shore up or a split up. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's bad for us. Really bad for us. Followed up with a 1-mana cat. So the Thief's Knife is kind of crap. But we definitely put the Station Monitor out first, so that we can double spell with our Fog Bank. They're gonna... If 2 more lands, I think they can do this for... Oh, it's 4? We're in trouble. We really need a pump spell? I mean... Perfect draw? They've drawn... Yeah, I'm good. I don't know what to say. I could have blocked with that. I didn't even block with that. Why? I don't think it matters. They're going to gain so much life. We have no way to kill their creatures. Yeah. Ah, perfect draw. You go wide. I go wide, you go wider. No Giada in the opening hand. The Month of the Storm maybe needs to go. I don't know. Maybe we need a... There isn't any cheap sweeper effects that are not rares or mythics or anything. So I don't expect the Valkyrie to survive. Oh, looks like it'll live 1 turn. Unfortunately, we don't have follow-up, so they can only take the relic. I'm gonna go with mana efficiency over pumping the Valkyrie, which might be a mistake, as you could get it out of burn range. But I feel like if they're gonna burn the Valkyrie, then that means we get in with a Thief's Knife and we draw a card. And if we can draw our 4th land, we can Valkyrie into Shepherd and get another 1-mana creature or 1-mana spell and pump the team. So the Thief's Knife won't get in. Wish I had a 1-mana spell. Sucks. But we could equip the Valkyrie next turn if that's what we want to do. I don't think that's what we want to do. I will definitely block, double block Lord Skitter if he attacks. Maybe. Maybe Mouth of the Storm is too ambitious for 7 mana. I don't know. Maybe we need the white spell that sucks. We need our Banishing Light. Easiest block. I mean, they probably have another Lord Skitter in their deck, in their hand. Would be my guess. Thieves' Knife gives +1/+1. And the Predator would get +1/+1, so we can't attack in. The Shepherd. What? They screwed up? Oh, it's just beefy toughness. Come on, dude. Let's see what we got. For 1-mana creature. I could get the draw card, dude. Spectral Sailor, I guess, is pretty good. This is equip of 4. I think we attack. Force them to block. They can only get it up to 4. Also, you don't even... Yep. So... Yeah. Yep. They become a 4/4, which is fine. We'll stay in front of it. But then we're not drawing a card. They're at 17 life. This is just the plains? Yeah, basic plains or creature. This could be the free deck? This is not the free deck, right? I will take the damage. One more card left in the graveyard. No blocks. If we get a plains next turn, that'll give us 6 mana. 6, 7. Oh. So they have the land to block with. Are we racing them? I think I'm just gonna do this and get a land. Or maybe we need a lifelinker? Really want the land. The quicker we can get to Mouth of the Storm, the faster the better. They have some type of removal spell. If they use their mana and they can't activate the Sanctuary, that's great. Oh, they have 2 removal spells. They have more removal spells? I'll just take the damage. Not blocking. One mana. I need 1 mana, dude. That's the dragon. 1, 2, 3. Another one. Come on, bro. Kidding me, bro? Yep. That sucks, man. Maybe we're just gonna have to take this one out. Oh, they could sacrifice it, actually. They got double block. Sanctuary's a problem. I don't know if they have a way to get it back. Could we play in Alesha? Or Alicia? Oh, I guess it gets a +1 counter. So then it becomes 5. We should have waited. Oh. I'll draw a card. I'm keeping the Spectral Sailor back because they have that land. Fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands out of 23 cards. Or 17 cards. We are way ahead of mana. We are flooded. 17 cards drawn. We have 7 are lands. We should be at 6 lands in 2 draws. So we should be at like 5 lands right now. 5 to 6. We don't have any more rides in. We have a Banishing Light. I think we're just dead. Because the Sanctuary. Little late, bro. We can cast this spell? 6. If they have another removal spell, we're screwed. This is 7 damage. Wait, this is 8 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. We're 1 mana off. 1 damage off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does this have vigilance? No. Wait, with a knife on. You can sacrifice Sarkin right now. If he taps, though, I don't think there's any way that we can get to 9 damage. Like, we have to put this... I think we have to go with this play line. 7. So if we do this, he has to block the Predator and sack Sarkin. But then he could attack with the... Sanctuary. I think he still attacks with the Sanctuary. I think we're still dead. There's nothing we could do. We just had too expensive of cards. I guess we could have warped this in and got a 1/1 with lifelink. And then attached the Thief's Knife to the 1/1 with lifelink. Oh, it would have died to the Hellkite. And we're dead. Ah, it sucks, bro. I have 50,000 go wide spells. More card draw? I don't know. More 1 mana creatures that do something. Maybe Mouth of the Storm is the wrong card. We need something that draws cards when it enters. Wingblade Disciple? I don't know. I think it's the Overseer. We really need Giada. Are we playing against rabbits or mono white tokens? That's the question. This gains him 3 life, so I think we inspire an Overseer. I don't see us double spelling next turn. So I have a spell? Oh, they just have the carrot cake. Okay. Oh. Well, I wouldn't have had that if I cast... I guess I would have had it if I cast the Wingblade Disciple. But we can't double spell. So we could Disciple and then Spectral Sailor. Cool. That's great. Okay. You do that, bro. Ooh. And we have another double spell on the following turn. If they attack in, I think we just take it. Giada and the Eagle. Fogbank. They have one card left in their hand. Is it an Eagle killer? Everything flies. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So unless they have a sweeper in their hand. And the Fogbank is a great blocker. I don't think they have a sweeper. They would not crack the carrot cake if they had a sweeper in hand, unless it's a... Okay. Could be a split up. Need that 1-mana angel. Giada? I think they just drew that off the top. I think I like the Spectral Sailor. That 1-mana angel's a rare though. This is an angel. I think I'm just gonna draw cards. I think that's the right thing to do. Nope, never mind. I think we got another 1-mana creature. That sucks that they got our draw card. They drew back-to-back sweepers, or they had that sweeper. Just gotta get planes now. Then out the deck. This gets +1. We just need a way to pump our creature, our team. Nah, you get the Caretaker's Talent. They were slowly losing to power, but they did draw back-to-back sweepers. I mean, what are you supposed to do with the go wide deck? We're going wide. We haven't found any of our... We have found one Eagle. That was it. Well. It's gonna be hard to double spell. So let's double spell. Shut down our token makers. They can make a fish and then give it flying. They can also pump. Slowly losing. Four, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. I don't know if we kill them. I guess we'll find out. They need another sweeper? 6, 79, 10, 11. We have Xaxes? They're digging, but they tapped wrong. Auto tapper got them if they get a split up. But they technically need a removal spell. And then I don't know if we're dead on the backswing. 6, 79, 10, 11. Let's see it. Did you draw it? There'll be a 3. We only cast one spell on our turn. If they can't kill the storm, they go to 1. Alright. Ride's End? Nope. Just more lands. 6, 7, 8 lands. Out of 14, 24 cards drawn. That's a good number. We have 2. They have to kill like all our creatures basically. We have 3 lethal threats technically. We have the Overseer and the Healer's Hawk, and then the Storm Shepherd off of the storm. Do we block this? I'm gonna say no blocks. We'll just take the damage. If they're gonna sweep the board, they sweep the board. They go to 3. They go to 1. They have a removal spell on top of that? Holy cow, dude. Come on, bro. Non-land, please. Come on, bro. You kidding me, bro? Oh my god, dude. Can't believe they drew it. And Elspeth. Raiden doesn't kill Elspeth. We're gonna lose by 1 life. It sucks, bro. 1 point of damage is all we needed. So they drew a removal spell? No way, bro. So they did not draw a removal spell. Did they draw a removal spell? They can make a treasure and pop the High Noon. Oh, god, dude. No! That's 3 life, man. Just as good as a removal spell. They know we have the Ride's End. They have 2 rabbits, though. So we need a second removal spell? They're looking for something? What are you doing? They had the carrot cake. They were alive 1 more turn, dude. That is a mistake. They had the carrot cake. They had 1 more turn. This doesn't fly. And I can't cast 2 spells because you have the High Noon. Alternatively, 4, 5, 4, 4, this. Treasure 1, 2, 3, 4. And no treasure. You could have High Noon my guy. And release the High Noon. I'll take it. Alright. Oh, Planeswalkers, huh? X damage the number of creatures you control destroy an enchantment? Coordinate maneuver? Something we could look into? Prison in the Moon is terrible. And then just more Banishing Lights, I guess, would be the other option. Option B. Yeah, the opponent really, they won that game. They had that game won. What do we need? We need more card draw, I think. The Thief's Knife was excellent, in my opinion. Some way to discount it. Oh, there is that. There's this blue cargo ship, which is a 2/3 flyer. I think I figured out that it needs to be in the deck. And maybe we take out one of these fog banks for it. But you could tap it to then use it to equip this. Or Bounce Us Off, also a really good removal spell as well. Yes. Side note. There's also this other one, this guy, that you can make 2 mana. But I think maybe 1 cargo ship is pretty good because they sweep the board. Then you play a creature. You can crew the. It's almost like you have haste. And I'm fine going down 1 on the fog bank. I think. Or maybe we go 1 down. I don't know. There's also, we need more mana value 1 creatures. We went 2 and 3, which it is what it is on this ranked, for a free deck. Can't complain. Exert, you start making 1/1s. That's not a rare. That's a rare. Oh shit. When this attacks, you can have it make a 1/1. You can find a cheeky house mouse, and basically you get a sorcery spell. Not the greatest. I don't really like that. We're not life gain. There's an inspector. There's a pixie, which I always want the pixie, but I don't know what you would do. Pick up the relic, pick up the thief's knife? I don't think you have anything else to pick up. Pick up the banishing light to get something better? Maybe this 2 shepherds is bad. Maybe go 1 shepherd, 1 banish, go up 1 on the banishing light. Yeah, the pixie just sounds great. Like, I would love to pick up the relic for card draw. But, Oh. Well, if you have the uncommons, the Learn Worker bet is actually better. Because if you descended, you get the Scry. And this is just flying lifelink. But I guess this is like lasts longer. Do we have anything from older sets? Tarkir, Aether Drift. Sounds good. We could just update it when that rotates. In a year, 2 years? I don't know. Zakfair is pretty good. We don't have any dragons. They're all bird spirits, bird wizard. Human that makes birds. Birds. Cleric. Lizard that makes drones. Angel. Pirate. Dragon Globe. Spygrass Siren is pretty good. Ginger Brute is pretty much like a Siren. We just have all flyers. That's a Siren would be also pretty decent. The Sprite. That's it, I guess. The Survivor. Guess that would be the only changes that I would make. Throw this little cargo ship in there, because then if they split up, we could crew, and it could tap itself. Yeah, if this has been told, like and subscribe. See you guys next time. Do.